Hello, friends, and welcome to today's episode of Money on Your Mind. Look, these are questions that we answer from you, and we'd love to hear from you. So submit your question on forethoughtplanning.com. Go to resources, Money on Your Mind, and submit your question. We want to make sure that we're offering you all the best answers to the best questions that you give us. Look, at the end of the day, money's personal. So although these are conversation starters, and today we're going to wrap up our 3-week series on what is an index fund. And, there are so many different types of vehicles out there from a financial standpoint that can be confusing at the end of the day, right? We are very smart individuals. You are an incredibly smart individual. And sometimes some of these things make us go a little dizzy. Index funds are out there and have been a buzz for the last probably 12 to 13 years. And index funds are an easy way to be diversified throughout the market. They are a breakdown, much like a mutual fund, but they're assigned to match an index. What is an index, Shannon? Well, when you think of the little ticker symbols that approach at the bottom of your CNBC, or if you're on an app or you're watching, C-SPAN or CNN or whatever news source it might be for you that you're watching, those little alphabets and numbers at the bottom, the Dow Industrial Average, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the MSCI, those are all indexes, or things that are a large relationship of the overall market. How can we make sure that we perform against the market? Well, that's what an index fund is set up to do. Essentially, they want to perform at what an index or the market at large is doing, or better. In reality, that's what they're set up to do, is they want to do better than the index. That being said, they want to mimic that performance. And it's a great way for you, rather than, a lot of times we feel like when we see the market start to fluctuate, I have to remind clients, you can't buy shares of the S&P 500. You can't buy shares of the Dow Industrial Average or the NASDAQ or the MSCI. You can't own any of those, or Russell 3000. Those are simply benchmarkers for us to see what the overall market is doing. They monitor different stocks within different sectors to be able to see how well they are performing. And that gives us a consensus across the market as to how companies are doing. That being said, an index fund is designed, again, to mimic those. They are usually lower expenses than your mutual funds that you might be used to, because they're not as actively managed. They are meant to, again, be designed like an index and perform as those. The other piece is they're very passive. And so again, there's not somebody trading on them. And this is something that has been a change for our market. We had been used to, in the past, very active management from trading and different things like that on the market. And when we add a ton of passive or electronically algorithm-based investment strategies, that can sway how fast or quickly the market might rebound in different situations too. Or if you're tied to the overall market, you need to understand too that you're going to sway like the market does, whether good or bad. What goes up might come down, and you have to feel comfortable from a risk tolerance standpoint. Again, none of what we're saying in any of these Money on Your Mind episodes are recommendations for you to go out and buy any of these. It's simply for you to be educated on what they are. You need to personally have a good understanding of what is important to you. And if it isn't something that you want to manage on your own, then seeking financial advisor or financial professional to help guide you in making those right decisions. If you want to be able to have further conversations about what is the best for you, how do you go about purchasing these things? What does it look like for me? How am I going to be able to achieve my goals? Well, simply go to forethoughtplanning.com/wealth assessment. And we would love and be honored to walk alongside you in your journey to wealth. All said and done, my dear friends, you are worthy of wealth.